Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here from the MLM Superheroes and Platinum 200. We are live right now on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, first of all, what I want to do right now is I want to, first of all, thank you for taking the time to show up at this presentation. Quite honestly, in my 25 years in business, I've never had anything like this happen ever. So I want to share with you what I call a marketing case study, okay? So just turning back the clock a little bit, guys, I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I've been an entrepreneur for 25, 30 years of my life. I was very fortunate that I had some very amazing mentors in my early 20s, and by the time I hit 35 years old, I became a self-made millionaire. I went on to make multiple millions of dollars, and now I show people use those exact same strategies that I learned from my mentors in any type of business. Any type of business, guys. Now, I will tell you this. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can literally start a business with next to nothing and create a six-figure income in record time. I did it in 30 days, right? There's people that have done it in 3 months or 6 months or whatnot, just average people, guys, right? I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you about the strategies that I used, right? These are things that anybody can do. I didn't do any paid marketing. I didn't do any, solo ads or pay-per-click or traffic or banners. I'm talking about simple, casual conversations. Simple, casual connections. No pitching, no features and benefits, no get in now, none of that, guys. Okay? Those are all the broke people that do that. What I do is I teach people how to get into the millionaire mindset, how to attract the right people into their life so that they can become very, very successful. Now, here's one of the things that I learned from my mentors. If you want to look at what you're going to generate for your own self in your life for income, take the 5 people that you hang out with, 5 people, right? Now, these are people that you go out with all the time, people that you're on the phone with, people that you hang out with, okay? Your sort of posse, right? Take all of their incomes, add them all up, divide by 5. Guess what magically happens? You will have your income plus or minus $10,000. And I would encourage you as an assignment to actually do that to see what the results are, because it will blow you away, guys, right? So what happened for me? I started a business with $154, okay? And I only talked to the people that hit the like button on my Facebook posts. Now, I'm talking about complete random strangers here, guys. So if I can do that, and within 30 days, be already at a 6-figure income for the year, right? My goal was when I set out on that path, when I set out on that, mission, my intention was that I was going to create a 6-figure income in 30 days, 6 figures for the year, okay? So it took 30 days for that to happen. At 40 days, the income had generated $12,300, and within a year, it generated about $140,000. So I actually exceeded the initial expectation of what I set forward on my forward momentum. My forward, I call it breaking inertia, right? Breaking inertia. Now, here's what I will tell you about this type of industry, guys. This is what I learned from my mentor. I had to go through a paradigm shift. I had to look at the reality differently to understand that if you want to make big money in business, you need to become the attractor factor. How do you do that? How do you do that? You don't pitch your company and you don't pitch your products, and that's where most people go wrong with this type of a business model, is that they pitch. They're pitching you on why you need to get involved with their company. Guys, I don't do that. Now, if you look at my conversations, or you ever hear my conversations if I'm talking on the phone, my entire conversation, guys, is all about them. The entire conversation is all about them. It's about their vision, their dreams, their goals, their desires. What did they want? Where did they want to go in their reality? You know, if money was, you know, if all their bills were paid for them, as an example, let's say that all your bills were paid for you each month, what would you be doing with your time? That's a good question, guys, because you can get to somebody's core. What's their driving force? What really motivates that person into that next level of their life, right? So the conversations that I get into are very thought-provoking conversations, you know? So I might say to that person, you know, what's your real vision for this year? Like, what do you really want? What do you really want to have happen this year? That's a great question. And what happens is they have to open up their imagination and start talking about their dream. What do they really want? What do they really want to have happen? And the one, is that going to take them there? It either is or it isn't, guys. Bottom line, they're either living their passion and they love what they do, or they're not, right? Or they're just spinning their wheels, right? And just wasting time, right? So what I want to do is I want to get people off of that path, and I want to get them onto their dream path, right? So if I can connect the person to their dream, right, and I can find out what they want the money for and how serious they are about it on a scale from 1 to 10, I've now got what I call leverage, okay? Leverage. So keep in mind, this has nothing to do with my company. This has nothing to do with my products. My conversation is all about them, right? Now, when my mentor taught me this in my mid-20s, and imagine this, guys, it cost me $4,000 when I first, 5 years ago. He said, Darren, rule number 1, if you want to make real big money, I don't want you talking about our company. Rule number 2, I don't want you talking about our products. I was like, well, how's that going to work? So you want me to basically sell these products over here, and you don't want me to talk about these products. That's right. You want me to sell these products over here, but you don't want me talking about the company. That's right. Well, Harvey, like, what am I supposed to talk about? Darren, if you want to make big money, I want you to talk about them. Now I'm even more confused. So you're telling me that if I talk about them, I'm going to sell these products over here? Are you for real? How's that going to work? Now, what I learned, guys, was this made me a millionaire, guys. This strategy made me millions, is that people like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust, and they like to do business with people that they're either like or that they aspire to be like. And if you can find 3 things in common with a person in 5 minutes, they like you, right? And they're magnetically pulled to you to want to do business with you. It's a phenomenon. So the less I talk about my company, the less I talk about my business, the more people are just magnetically pulled to want to do business with me. Now, this was my story, guys. I started a business with $154, 30 days. It created a 6-figure income, but then I exceeded that. The snowball that was going forward, that forward inertia was so strong that it actually went 1.5 times, and now I call that a launching pad, right? I'm on a launching pad right now. So what's my goal now? My goal, this is my personal goal, guys. I'm going to just complete vulnerability here. My personal goal is to help 100 people do what I did, make $100,000 in a year, right? That's my first milestone, stepping stone for my own path, right? Everybody's got their own dreams, their own goals, their own desires of what they want to do on their life path, and that's my first one, right? After I complete that one, then I want to take it up to the next level. So I want to help those 100 people after that make $500,000 a year, and eventually I want to create 100 millionaires. That's my ultimate goal. But it works in stepping stones. So my step 1 goal is to help 100 people make $100,000 a year. Now the question is, Do you want to be one of those 100 people? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your life right now. You could already be living your dream. I don't know, right? But I'll tell you what I love about this type of a business model. Guys, this year I went to Cancun, right, to an 8-day all-inclusive resort. Then I went to Miami, right, for a week. Then I went to Maui for 2 weeks. Then I went went to Seattle. Then I went back to Miami, and now I'm going on a Caribbean cruise. Now, what's great about that is that I've got freedom, guys, freedom, right? I can help people make money, but I can travel and do things and have this enjoyable life experience to, you know, not have a corporate job or not be tied to anything and really live a life of freedom. It's amazing. So what I want to do here is I want to reach out onto the panel right now with a couple of people that have gone through some of the millionaire mentoring training program that we talk about in our presentations. Guys, this is I teach people, okay, the 5 key steps to wealth creation that helped me generate almost $4 million in a single year, okay? And you can apply this in any area of your life. Dodie Johnson was making $100,000 a year. She went up to $312,000 income in her corporate position in 60 days. Now, have you ever heard of anybody going from 100 grand to 312,000? Like maybe you get like a 10% raise max or something like that. But have you ever heard of anybody going from 100 grand to 312,000 and then getting paid $5,200 for a single hour to be a keynote speaker in her local chamber of commerce? Have you ever heard of those type of stories? I've got people that I've helped go from completely homeless, guys, homeless. They were sleeping on a friend's couch, and 6 months later, they had a $20,000 month. Rob Reicher was 2 months behind in rent. Guys, he didn't even have enough food to feed his kids. He was starving himself for 2 days at a time. 8 months later, he made $500,000. These are all real stories, guys. Now, these aren't necessarily just to do with what we're talking about here with Explosial. This is all areas of your life. I've helped people that were, when they met me, they were divorced. The family was split up for 4 years, right? They went through the training. They understood how that they were creating their own realities. Guess what happened? They remarried their wife. Can you imagine that? Have you ever heard of people that are, you know, so distraught with each other that they completely divorce? The family split, and they remarry 4 years later. Guys, this is pretty amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reach out here first of all to Nikkei.
Hi, Darren. Can you hear me?
I certainly can. Nikkei, I'm so proud
good.
of you. You know, you just come, I mean, it's just such an amazing journey to watch this happen. I mean, every time I log into our team group, another person from Nikkei, another person, another person. Welcome to the team. So tell us a little bit about your journey of your own self-discovery and really stepping into your power, stepping into your leader to have the success that you're having right now. What's been the shift that's happening with your mindset?
Absolutely. Thank you, Darren. I just pretty much knew exactly what I wanted. Just a lot like Dodie, I was already in a corporate position, already, you know, making 6 figures. But with that comes a lot of responsibility and sacrifice. No time with the kids, always gone. You know, I come home and my kids are like, "Who are you?" They're like, "Stranger danger, get out the house." I don't even know who you are. So when this opportunity fell into my lap, it was a no-brainer. It was so simple. The business model was simple. Just simply connect with people. I talk all the time, so I just quickly changed my conversation. So with that, you know, with your mentorship, Steph Perez, Bruce Lee Rochester, I mean, I can just go on because this is such a family. It just took off from there. And I just started sharing that same vision with my team, and we're all like on the same, like we're all on one accord. And I just think that this is an awesome, awesome opportunity. You know, anyone would be crazy to pass this out.
Fantastic, fantastic. I want to reach out to Philip Rollins here. Philip, you know, you've had some incredible success here in short order. You know, I know that you were in Miami here for our conference. Tell us a little bit about going through some of the training, getting into the Millionaire Mentoring Program, what's been some of the shifts that have happened in your own personal life, whether it's your marriage or your relationships? Talk to us about a little bit about that.
Ah, man, that's great. That's a great question, Darren. And I mean, just being able to get a part of the Platinum 200 training and the mind mastery training and things like that, it just really just shifts the way that I think and the way that I look at things. So it also, like you said, it has helped me to be a better husband, a better father, a better brother, a better son, just an overall better person. Because like when you wake up every day and you set your day, the way that you want it to be, because the way that you speak in proclamations and things like that into your life, I mean, the stuff is just next level, and it really, really works. And and then since coming back from Miami and meeting all the great people like yourself, Larry, and even like Ariel, and even Calais. It's just like the lady just said, it's like a family environment, and everybody wants to help one another. So it's just a total mind shift there, and that's the most thing that's changed for me, just the way that I think and look at everything now.
Fantastic. Calais Beeman just wrote her own book, guys. I mean, this is a great story, guys, and it's really an evolution of a person becoming themselves. I want you guys to really understand this, because when you're in a corporate job or you're working for a boss, that's a whole different reality, guys. When you break free and you're out on your own and you don't have a boss, you don't have anybody to tell you what to do. If it's to be, it's up to me. What's your vision? What's your intention? Where do you want to go? That's really what entrepreneurialism is about. There's nobody that's going to sit there to tell you what to do to go launch your business, right? That's why the team is so imperative. That's why leveraging the power of the team is so great with things like this, with our Google Hangouts. So Calais Beeman, rock star, superstar, the host of Home Business Television, guys, and also now an author that just wrote her own book. Calais, welcome to the call.
Hey, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your journey, Calais.
Oh my gosh, it's really I look back at where I was, when we started working together just a couple years ago, and I don't even recognize that person. It's like the person that I'm really stepping into now is always in my head, but that person wasn't it was just kind of sitting on the couch watching, waiting for the life to begin, I guess. And so now, I just kind of boom, it's just a lot of things have just started to fall into place for me. And over the last 10 days or so, it's amazing. I've been having all these shifts, but they've been coming faster and bigger. And I've been getting people have been reaching out to me, wanting to feature me in their magazine. They want me to write content for their business that wasn't even involving this business because of what the things that I put out. I've had shifts in my own mindset, little things where, when you have an idea to go do something and you have that voice that starts to come up with ways to tell you why something's not going to work. Before, I'd sit there and I'd listen to it and I'd entertain the voice and I'd be like, yeah, okay, well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And now I'm just so, so I just the negative voice or the discouraging talk is just yeah, whatever. And I just keep barreling through it. And it's just it's you're just kind of in this energy field where you're not afraid of stuff anymore. You just go for it. And and I think one of the things that has really shifted for me is not needing to be 100% positive how things are going to unfold. You just know in your mind what you want, and then you just go after it, and then just start to trust that what you need is going to show up in your life when you need it. And I think that was a huge shift for me. Before, it's well, I can't, you know, if I do all this, what am I going to do tomorrow? Because I don't know what's going to happen, you know, or, you know, even just things like having like, you know, 25 to 50 conversations a day, and you tell yourself, well, you don't know that many people, so you can't talk to all those people on the same day because who are you going to talk to tomorrow? Well, guess what? If you talk to 25 to 50 people today and you believe that you're going to have those conversations tomorrow, those people show up, you know, and so, you know, which if you never start it, if you never start, you never move forward. You never move forward. I think for me, that has been a huge shift, is just being able to let go of needing to know exactly how things are going to work out before I take action, just letting it go and knowing already the outcome before I start, and then just having fun on the journey and enjoying these surprises that come up along the way. I mean, I've had so many just great surprises in the course of this past week, and people reaching out to me in various ways. It's just been exciting, and so I'm just really fired up. And then to see, you know, our team, like you said, every time I go back into our groups, there's new people joining us that are so fired up and doing well, and you know, we're all rock stars here, and we're bringing in more rock stars, and you know, it's just, and then, you know, tomorrow is the big day, you know, for our company, and everything's just kind of coming to fruition. And so I am super, super excited for everybody that is watching, for everybody that's on our team right now, for everybody who's looking to partner with us, because there is just so much energy happening within our team right now that it's just, I'm fired up.
Nice, nice. You know, as a mentor, as a teacher, I'll tell you what my reward is. My reward is listening to Calais. That's my reward. My reward is seeing her go through her metamorphosis and become a millionaire mentor, right? And you can hear it in her voice. You can hear it in her clarity. You can hear it in how she explains entrepreneurialism, right? In the fact that here's what I will tell you guys. When I start a company, right, there's something called breaking inertia. So you've got to imagine there's a wall right here, okay? Now if you come like, you're not going to break through, right? You're not going to break through, right? So as an example, if I phone somebody and I go, give me an update, what's going on in your business? Well, I talked to this one guy. Okay, you're broke, right? You're done. It doesn't work that way, guys. Okay, so if I'm launching something, now keep in mind, guys, this is no different than me, you know, coming up with a corporation or coming up with an idea or raising money or hiring management team or whatever, okay? So here's how it works. So let's say that I've got a goal out here that I have to do whatever. My goal in this particular thing was I was going to get $10,000 in a month within 30 days, right? But I want to also compare this to me, say I'm raising, I don't know, $5 million for a new project. Okay, so here's how it works. Here's inertia. Call, nothing, call, conference, nothing, call, bam, 25,000, 50, 25, 75, 75, 100, 25, 50, 50, bam. So if I'm here and I'm coming out of the gate here, I'm going to take a massive amount of front-end inertia, right, to break through and get to into momentum. Now, once I'm into momentum, guys, holy cow, you try and stop that snowball going down the hill, it's pretty hard to even stop, right, even if I wanted to. Because what happens is this. Once you get this information, and you understand the science behind getting rich, and you realize that your dream's going to happen, whatever it is that you want. You want a Bentley? We'll get you a Bentley. You want a mansion? No problem. You want to donate $1 million to charity? We will help you do that, right? Because there's a specific formula for wealth creation, a specific formula for wealth creation, guys, right? Now, I learned this at 30, and by the time I was 35, I became a millionaire, right? Now, using the formula. I keep on using the formula over and over and over. So, guys, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to log over into my back office. Now, guys, there's no way that I can, you know, fudge this stuff, right? I can't make this stuff up if I'm logging in live into my back office right now, okay? So I'm going to log in live, and I want to show you what's possible if you follow my training and you tap into your personal power. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Now I'm going to, okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys, now we are rolling out this program tomorrow at 10 o'clock is the deadline tomorrow. Okay, now we've got called grandfathering, where our $399 product you can actually get for $154. Now let's just take a look at what people are actually going to get for that $399. It's our premium membership here, or premier membership. Okay, so now I want you to think about your, not only yourself, your family, if you're a husband and wife, if you've got kids, but this is a lifetime membership, guys, okay? Now, we save an average family about $9,000 a year, $9,000 a year on average, a family of 4, okay? Now, I'm talking about things like dental, vision, holistic care, hearing, medical imaging, legal program, legal savings, identity theft, roadside assistance, auto maintenance, and then everyday savings. And also this great service here, especially if you've got little kids, Doctor on Call, where you can phone a doctor and even get prescriptions right over the phone, right? And this is an amazing thing, especially if your kid's got a fever, you don't know what to do, you're panicking, you know, should you rush them into emergency? What are you going to do? Our Doctor on Call system, guys, it gives you a peace of mind. Now, I don't know if you've got children that are under 16, but I'm telling you, my son needed to get braces. Now, this is the typical cost right here, guys, okay? $5,809. As an Explosional member, you save $2,471. Your cost is $3,338. But it doesn't matter. You might need to get a crown, or, you know, maybe you need a root. I'm telling you, like, you have no idea what this stuff costs until you've got pain in your mouth and you go to get it fixed and you find out that you need to take out a second mortgage. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous just to fix your mouth. So, you know, the ridiculous amount of savings here with our dental. What about if you need LASIK surgery, or you need to, you know, you want to get glasses or whatever? There's up to 50% off on eyeglass wear. Maybe you're older and you want to, we've actually got a hearing program as well that we're implementing. But there's holistic care, 20% savings on all treatments, no limit for the number of visits here. Keep in mind, guys, we're talking about a lifetime savings program here. Now, if we're saving $9,000 a year, what is that going to save your children all the way through their lifetime? Now, what makes us so unique and different, I call this a category creator. First of all, we've got no competition, just so you know. But this isn't like a never-never plan. Most network marketing companies you get into, and you're on the, you know, you're just paying a monthly auto ship. This program, you're paying, but there's an end. You know, you're paying for 23 months and you're done. You own it for a lifetime. So there's a full hearing aid program. There's medical imaging. If you need to go for an MRI or, you know, a PET CTC scan, you know, 50 to 75% off of medical imaging, right? This is such great value, guys. And I'm telling you that as us baby boomers start to get older, you can be rest assured we're going to be using all of these services. You know, have you ever been in a situation where you got a speeding ticket, or, you know, you got something happen where you don't feel that you've been done right? You know that there was 3 people in front of you that were speeding. They never got pulled over, but you're the one that got pulled over. How does that work, right? So we give you the ability to get some legal counseling for free, and you can have, you know, documents reviewed. Maybe you're signing a contract, and you can have all of by a legal professional. What about other areas, like you want to change your name, or you want to do a will or a bankruptcy, or a divorce, or a non-support preparation, or motor vehicle related matters? These are all things that you'll save 25% off. Keep in mind, guys, this is a lifetime membership. This is called peace of mind, having identity theft protection. And let me tell you, it's becoming rampant right now. I just imagine this. I get this notification last month, and it says somebody's trying to use your credit card in Toronto at a Walmart, and it was for like $400, right? And I got an alert on my phone saying somebody's trying to use your credit card, and luckily, I mean, it didn't get charged through my credit card, but I got an alert. Identity theft protection right now, guys, especially with the internet, is really powerful. And here's another example. I have somebody, send me a message the other day, and they say, Darren, somebody's using your picture on a Facebook account. Kevin something, right? So they sent me his profile, and I reported it into Facebook, and they deleted that account. But there's more and more of this going on all around the world, so it's great to have peace of mind. Then we've got roadside assistance, 24-hour toll-free emergency roadside dispatch. And I'll tell you, if you've got younger kids, or you've got a wife that works late, and you know that she's going to be out on her own and she's got a drive to make, this is called peace of mind, guys. Peace of mind. What's that worth to you to have that type of peace of mind? I'm talking for a lifetime here, guys. Then every day, the amount of stuff that we save on, like, oh my God, it's so next level. I mean, even things like 75% off of teeth whitening. We save off of diabetic supplies, fitness savings, 50% off in 1,500 locations nationwide, magazine subscriptions, 30% off, mortgage and realtor services. We can save up to $3,000 on the sale or the financing of a home. Moving and storage services, 60% off. If you're doing some gift bags for a business, 10% off there. Six Flags amusement parks, we get 40% off. Hotel savings, 15 to 30% off. There's so much savings here, guys. And when you want to, you can go to our savings calculator here and type in what you think that you might be, if you've got a family of, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, you can go to the savings to that one in a minute. Let's go over to our opportunity. Now, what I want to do here, guys, is let's say, as an example, that you're half decent. You're not like any sort of superstar, but you recruit 6 people, and let's say that those people, they're not quite as good as you, so they only do 4, right? Those are pretty darn conservative numbers. Let's see what Explosive would generate for you and your family. $51,300 a year? Are you for real? Guys, now that doesn't include our additional $250 one-time commissions, right? Or our fast start bonuses, or our matching fast start bonuses, or our leadership bonuses. Let's think a little bit bigger here. Okay, so Paul Turner, as an example, this is one of my students. He recruited 24 people his first month. 24 people his first month. Now, let's say that, people didn't do as good as him. Okay, they only recruited 4 each. Now, let's take that 3 levels down and see what kind of income that he can make in a year. $307,000 with our program, guys. This is next level. I'm telling you, we have no competition in the marketplace. There's not one single company, not a single company that's in the marketplace that can compete with us from value and from compensation, right? We reward our people, guys. We reward our people. Now, let's take a look at what this really could do for you. Because keep in mind, a marketing case study, because I want to be able to show people what's possible. What's possible. Now, keep in mind, I didn't leave my kitchen table. I just stayed at home, right? I talked to people on Facebook. I reached out, touched base, said a quick hello. I'll even show you right now, guys, one of my conversations so that you can see how really easy this is. After I do this, I've never done this before. I've never done this before where I've gone live and showed you an actual conversation. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you why people love this. Now we're going to log in here to see some of the type of discounts. Do you know that if you're a man and you need to get suits and stuff for work, guys, we get 50% off of Men's Warehouse. That's like getting everything 2 for 1, right? If you're a family and you're going to take the family of 4 or 6 or even more to the movie, I can tell you that it starts to add up. And, you know, people can use Netflix and everything else, but there's something about going to a theater with the family and getting popcorn and all sitting together. There's something about it. There's energy behind that, right? It's awesome. The kids love it. The kids love it. It's like an event for them. Guys, we get 40% off of movie tickets. 40%, right? That's almost 2 for 1, right? Now, if you've got children, there's chances are they probably are going to want to have a bicycle. Guys, we get 40% off of retail off of inline bicycles. That's almost 2 for 1, right? If you're traveling, we get 25% off a budget rental car. You know, if you want to go to Six Flags, we get 40% off there. If you've got a business, 15 to 30% off of Home Depot products. Guys, you know that if you need to get a computer, you better get a Explosion membership with Hewlett Packard, right? 30% off, right? Through the corporate discount program. Guys, this is such next level. Like, honestly, I mean, this is the first company, I'll tell you quite honestly, this is the very first company that I'm really, truly taking this to everybody that I know. Because I feel that I would be doing them an injustice if I didn't save their family this amount of money. Honestly, if I know that person and they've got children and I really want to see them get ahead in life, even if they weren't to participate in as a marketer or promoter, just to save their family $9 grand a year for the rest of their life and they can pass that on to their kids, I would feel like I'm doing them injustice if I don't share this opportunity with them. And there's so many different categories here, guys, from attraction, automotive, cell phone, everyday living, fashion, beauty, health and fitness, wellness, travel. It's so great. Okay. Now, if you are a business, okay, now keep in mind, one of the reasons why I love Explosion is that we help businesses to increase their sales by 30% or more, guys. 30% or more, we help a business. I don't care if you're a mortgage broker, an accountant, if you're a lawyer, doctor, if you're a massage therapy clinic, if you're a dog walker. It doesn't matter, guys. I can show you how to get new business. I can show you how to turn all your customers into promoters, right? All your customers into promoters. If you just logged on here, can you please mute out your lines? So imagine this. I can show you how to get more sales. I can show you how to have more people show up at an open house if you're a realtor. More people take a test drive if you're at an automotive dealership. More business for your business. So I say to you guys, if you bring me a new customer this month, I'm going to give you a voucher for a 2 for 1 airfare or a companion time you go away or a golf discount. These are all great incentives, and you can give away an unlimited number of these to your customers to drive more traffic to your business. Increase, okay, you've got a massage therapy clinic, I've got a massage therapy clinic. You're waiting for walk-in traffic, and I run a campaign that says all new customers that become a client of our massage therapy clinic, they get a 2 for 1 airfare on their next vacation. Who's going to get more business? Then I turn all of my customers into promoters, and I can help them give away those vouchers as well to any new people that come in. Guys, that's called marketing, right? So that's our gold membership, right? Now that will be in our basic membership in the new rollout. Now let's take a look at our Platinum program, which will be in our premier, the Explosion University is going to be in our basic membership as well. We show you how to become a marketer, guys. Now, this is how I've made millions of dollars. I learned marketing, right? I went into graphic design, and I went from graphic design into launching my own marketing and advertising agency. And then from there, I learned how to do creative campaigns and write copy and all sorts of things. And then the internet was like the icing on the cake. Do you guys realize that through Google Hangouts, that right now, there are cloned versions of me doing millionaire mentoring? Right now, as we speak, cloned versions of me. There's cloned versions of me teaching people how to use Facebook, how to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes, how to use press releases to get their brand known internationally. So we to clone yourself. That means you can make money while you sleep, guys. Because right now I'm doing presentations all around the world. Clone versions of me. Like I've got some special DNA formula from the future, and I've learned how to make clone copies of me. I've learned how to make copies of me. Now you might order up a dozen. You could order up, 20 or 30. Maybe you want to order 100. That's what we show you how to do with this training. So we show you how to master Google Hangouts, how to market on the internet with 1 hour per day. Guys, here's what I will tell you about business. When you increase your skills, you increase your income, right? That's no different than a corporate job. You start to offer more value to the corporation. Guess what happens? You get a raise, right? That's why Dodie Johnson went from 100 grand to 312,000, because she increased her skills, right? She increased her value to the company. So here is a really great example that I love to show. And guys, this is live, just so you know. Okay, this is live. This is complete vulnerability. I'm logging into my real accounts here and showing you this stuff. So this is something that we teach called press releases. Now, this is a strategy that's made me millions of dollars, guys, and I can tell you that once you learn press releases, this is how I get my brands global in 90 days. People say, Darren, how do you get your phone ringing off the hook? Let me just show you. I'm going to log into my account right now, and I'm going to show you live my real life stuff. Okay, so we're going to go to freepressrelease.com. This is one of the platforms, guys, that I use because it has a huge amount of traffic, and it gets shared on social media a lot. So I'm going to now go in to check out this one. So who's my target market, guys? Who's my target market? Real estate brokers pack open houses with Explosial's new business and sales incentives. Now, guys, earlier today at 12 noon, I did a broadcast for people in the UK, right? And there was dozens of people on from the UK that were watching the broadcast. Now, at 12 noon today, this number that I'm going to show you how many times this has been shared on social media, all these different social media sites, this number was 380 at 12 noon today. It's now 392, right? So let's say that an average person has 300 friends on Facebook, right? On average. If they're marketers, they have a lot more than that. Let's say that they've got 300. So 392 times 300 equals, guys, do you realize that's 117,600 potential reach of people that have seen my, little advertisement? Now watch how this works. I'm going to show you guys how this actually works. And when you see this, your mind will completely, totally shift as to entrepreneurialism and how it really works. Okay, watch this. The MLM superhero helps business owners add $25,000 per month to their marketing budgets with Explosial. Do you notice how I'm talking about a problem and a solution? What's the problem with the business owners? They don't have any money. They don't have any marketing budget. What's the solution? I'm going to show them how to get $25,000 a month for their marketing budgets, right? So what happened here? 430 views, 270 social media shares. Happens when I hit the share button. Share. This little ad's going to pop up. Okay? Now, this is my brand here, guys. The MLM superhero. Okay? Now, do you realize that if this has been shared on 270 different walls, that not only has it been in the news feed for 270 different news feeds, but 270 times 300, that's another 81,000 potential reach of my message. So let's hit the share, and let's go back now here to Facebook, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so you can see right here, there's the little mini ad, right? So I got a picture here off to the side. It says open. The MLM superhero helps business owners add $25,000 per month to their marketing budgets with ... Right now, what do people do out of curiosity? They click it, right? That's what happens. So let's take a look, and maybe it shows up in the news feed right now. Okay, look at there. That right there, guys, is called guerrilla marketing. That's what you learn how to do when you go through the Explosial training. Now, what would it be like for you as a restaurant owner, as a club owner, a hotel, motel, if you had, you know, a nightclub, or if you're a fitness trainer? Do you realize that I've helped people that are fitness trainers that have literally gotten known internationally now, guys, from the strategies that they've learned working with me in millionaire mentoring and training? Okay, so, and here's one of my students right here, Lazarus Ross, and you can get an idea of how committed he is to bodybuilding. He's now become world-renowned for his type of training, showing people what to eat, when to eat it, so that they can get literally ripped like this, right? Obviously, they have to work out too, but he fast-tracks them along that process to becoming, you know, just physically fit and the ultimate in their body, right? And from the training that he's gone through Explosial and through the Millionaire Mentoring Program, his whole reality's gone to a completely different level. He's now breaking his own personal records for his own income just as a personal fitness trainer. Forget about Explosial, guys. That's more revenue coming in for him. I'm talking about just his life path of being a personal fitness coach. Now, let's take a look at behind the scenes here, guys, because I'm going to show you guys everything right now. Now, a lot of people won't do this, guys, because they don't have anything to, they don't feel confident enough to really, you know, crack the code and show it all. I show everything. I don't hold any secrets back from my team, guys, none. I show them everything that I do, every strategy that I do, every script that I use, every way that I build rapport with people. I can get people to say yes to something before they even know what it is. There's a strategy behind that that I teach. Okay, so let's take a look. So imagine you start a business, and let's see what this business did. Okay, so you start the business on June 10th, right? And within a 40-day period of time, you generate $12,300 from a complete flat start. Now, here's what I want you guys to see this, because I talked about this earlier about breaking inertia. Okay, now keep in mind, when I launch a company, my goal is I'm going to have between 25 and 75 connections in any given day. Those numbers, they go, how do you do that, right? It's very, very easy with the strategies that I teach. Extremely easy, guys. Very, very easy. And this is one connection. Hey, Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? There's one. Hey, Bob, how's it going? How's your day going so far? There's two. Hey, Barry, how's it going? How's your day going so far? There's three. Now, that's what, I don't know, 20 seconds? How long would it take me to do 25, right? Maybe half an hour, right? So it doesn't take a lot of time. So when people say, well, I've only got a couple hours a day, perfect, great, right? Well, we'll just show you how to compress the time to get the most amount of effort, right? The most amount of money for the least amount of effort. So watch this. Now, a lot of people would have started this business and gone, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I did all that work and I'm not making any money at all. Oh, I think I'm going to quit. Right? Okay, so look at week 2. Doesn't look like there's much. Right? Now keep in mind, I know what breaking inertia is. So I don't stop, guys. I understand breaking inertia. This is how I've made millions. Right? So week 2 comes, oh, It really doesn't work. I've been at this for 2 weeks. I've only made a couple $100. I did all that work for a couple $100. Okay, now watch what happens on week 3. I make almost 1,000. Okay, now look what happens on week 4. I make 1,600. Look what happens on week 5. I make 2,300. On week 6, I make 2,700. But now I'm on week 7, guys. Look what happened. 4,500. How did that happen? It didn't look like I was making anything. It happened through understanding breaking inertia. Breaking inertia. Now, I could have easily thrown in the towel, right? But look at the difference. Look what I understand it, guys. So I don't stop. I know it's going to break inertia. I know it's going to break. Calais earlier was talking about having a, walking forward in complete blind faith. You just have to trust the process, guys. You have to trust the fact that 8 out of every 10 families right now are in financial pain. And there's no pitching involved here. And I'm going to show you that in a minute to give you an idea of how easy and effortless it really is to do this business. So let's see what this could do for your income. So let's take a look at the last couple of days. So this is our $29 product here. You know, we've got the 6th here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's like, what, $290, right? And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about another $180. So let's go over into our platinum program. Now keep in mind, guys, I will put, the little red alert buttons going on, because tomorrow the price is going up to $399 to get the premier package, and you can get it tonight for $154. Now look what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, that was a $1,400 day. A day, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was probably almost a $700 day. So what's possible? Look at this, guys. This is called cash flow. This is advertising money for your business. This is the renovation for your home. This is the college fund for your children. This is complete next level training here that we can completely and totally change your life, where you will literally never have to worry about money again for the rest of your life, guys. Now I'm going to show you a typical conversation here. So I could do that. I could do that. That's not even hard. Nobody ever explained this to me before. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you into our team group so that you will know, guys, that you have international support from our group. There's 1,401 people here around the world that will be able to assist you building your business. Okay, so how do you become a top recruiter, guys? Here's the formula right here. The first thing that you want to do is you want to connect and just find out what's going on in their life. You can't get rejected from that. Find out about what's their real passion. Are they on their passion or not, right? If you can get a person connected to their dream, right, and I'll give you an example of that in a second, and you find out how much it will cost them to be able to live their dream. Hey Tom, keep in mind I built some rapport and stuff. Hey Tom, just out of curiosity, if you were to leave your job, like how much money would you need to make per month to be able just to walk away? That's a great question, guys. Now, there's no type of rejection that you get when you know what networking really is and you're trained by professionals. Guys, I've done this for a long time, 25 years, and I can teach you how to master recruiting, how to become a master networker where you never have to worry about money again for the rest of your life, ever. You can literally walk into a city with a laptop computer and an internet connection, and I can show you how to build out that city in that local area, and within 1 week have 5 or 6 people that you're in partnership with, and now you're going to build that out. Within a month there's going to be 40 or 50 people. Any city. Any city you want, any city in North America. You want to travel globally? No problem, because we're in 42 different countries. Now, my goal is I want to find out how much their dream's going to cost, and I'm going to find out how serious are they on a scale from 1 to 10, right? And then when they give me a number, I'm going to ask them to tell me why. Well, so, let me ask you this, Tom. You know, on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious would you say that you are about, you know, getting that dream home and, you know, traveling around the world and getting the college fund for the kids and whatnot? Like, how serious are you about that? Oh, Taryn, I'm a 15. Really, a 15? Tell me why. Now, that person is selling. I'm not even talking about my company. They don't even know what my company is, right? Now I've got leverage, guys. I've got leverage. And then I say, you know, if I was to tell you that we have people on our team that make as much as $7,500 the very first month and as much as $11,500 a month too, and the startup costs are only $154, what would you say? Now, most people say, send me your link, or I want more information, right? That's what most people say. Now, you can see people coming on here, guys, from all over the world. There's 1 day's worth of revenue right there, right? That's $1,400 and some dollars. But look at this. Larry, Adriana. You know, there are people all over the world. Mac, Chad, Mario, Scott, Simpson, Cody, Tense. They're all over. They're piling on board. Why? Because we've got something that nobody else has. We've got a category creator. We've got a company, guys, that you can count on for the long haul. We've got a company that's paid out millions and millions and millions of dollars in commissions our very first year, which quite honestly in this industry is unheard of. We've gone through multiple website changes and we have not been late on our checks one single time, guys. Not once, right? And we pay weekly, right? We pay weekly. And those go through the e-wallet and they get directly deposited into your bank account. So look at this, Chris, these are all brand new people, guys. Look at this, yesterday. These are all brand new people that are seeing the vision and they realize they can get to their dream with Explosial, guys. They realize they can start dreaming again. They realize that they can move to a new house. They realize that they can have that college fund. They realize now, more so than ever, that the worse the economy gets, the more money they're going to make. Can you imagine being in a business where the worse it gets for everybody else, the more money that you're going to make and the more of those people that you're going to help? The more people that you're going to help save their families, the more divorces that you're going to prevent from happening, the more people that you're going to save from going into foreclosure, from being out on the street, or getting their car being repoed, or going into bankruptcy. You could be that white knight, guys. You could be that white knight that could help those people. This is only yesterday, guys. This is yesterday. All of these people piling on board. And it's just going to get better and better and better and better. We're just literally, we haven't even scratched the surface. So I'm going to show you right now one of my actual chats. Because I give this to my whole team, guys. Everybody gets access to this. Here's a typical conversation. Hey, Chad, how are you? How's your day so far? Hey, Darren, I'm great. Thank you for asking. How are you? Amazingly well. Traveling tons, Cancun, Miami, Maui, Seattle, back to Miami. Next is the Caribbean. Do you get to travel much? Now, I have not said a lot of information yet, guys, but I've said a lot of information right there. I haven't said much. There's only been, you know, I asked him how his day is going. He asked how's mine, and I told him something, right? But I've now already opening up a doorway to connect him to his dream. He's not traveling much. He's still working a full-time job, but when they do travel, it's only stateside. That means he's not going to any tropical places or anything else. And I go, I see. What's your real passion? I mean, what do you really want to do? Now, we're not very far in, right? We're not. Well, I've only had a couple of things I've set. He wants to make people feel better. He wants to help to make this world a happier place. He loves nature. He wants to help beautify the land. He loves getting involved with grassroots energy and recycling movements. Right now, he's with a company called Singular, and he's a distributor of their products, but he's not that involved much in sharing the business. right? So I say, well, how much income do you need to make per month? Well,
Hey, Darren, somebody muted you.
okay.
Hey,
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you
Sally.
now.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. So you can see that the conversation, guys, it's not very long. Okay, so he says that he's about a 7, right? He says that he knows that eventually he'll come around, he'll get back into it, he'll figure out a way. I say, if I was to tell you that I help my students make as much as $7,500 their first month, blah, 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 month 2, what the startup would be, right? He says, I want to discuss it further. Guess what? Guess who just joined? Chad. There he is right there with his little girl. That right there, guys, that was probably a total of maybe 12 minutes of my out. I touched base, I said a quick hello, I found out what's going on in his life. There's no pitch. What am I pitching? I mean, do you see me talking about any products in here? Am I talking about any comp plans? Am I talking about anything to do with Explosial? Do you see me mention anything with Explosial one single time in this entire conversation? No. The whole conversation is all about him. His dream, his passion, his desire. What does he need for his exit strategy? How much money does he need? Where does he want to go? Guess what happened? Chad is now a business partner. That's really as simple as this is, guys. So, I really want for you guys to understand that, I'm really serious here about this. And, I don't kid around, guys. I spill the beans. I show you everything. Everything. Live calls, live recruiting where you can see me recruit new reps in as fast as 3 minutes. I've done it live. There's been, when I was in Maui on holidays, I decided I was going to do live recruiting. I said, guys, let me show you how real simple this is. I'm going to do live recruiting right now. I'm going to actually go live, right? And I want all of you to watch so that you can see that you've got this thing in your mind, this, oh, I don't know what to do, right? Let me just wipe that out. I'm going to completely wipe that out so that you go, wow, this is really easy. I can really do this, right? Derek, can you just take a seat, pal? Just have a seat there if you're going to stay on this. Just sit down. So, I really go into live zone, guys, and I show you my actual chats. They're in there. If I have one that I feel is going to benefit the team, right, I just copy it and I post it in our group so that you can read it through and you can see the flow and the psychology of it. But it works the same either way. If I'm in an offline situation, I'm going to build a little bit of rapport, find things in common, get the commonality, find out what they do, right? Is that the real passion? Is that your real passion? Do you love that? And what you'll find is a lot of people are just going through the motions of punching in and punching out, punching in and punching out. They're literally wasting away their life. No kidding, guys. And most families are surviving on $3,000 to $5,000 a month. $3,000 to $5,000 a month is the norm, the average, right? Do you know that with Explosial, that with a team of 88 people, now that's not a lot of people if you've been in network marketing before, guys. 88 people, you can make a $100,000 yearly income. $100,000 with a small little tiny team of 88 people. So my question to you, now keep in mind, 3 people from every person are going to be passed up to you, right? So if I bring in Tom, I'm in a 50-50 partnership with him for the first 6, right? 1, 3, and 6, he passes up to me like I got them myself. So let's take 88, and we're going to divide that by 3 because every person's going to send us 3, right? And now we're down to 29, right? What's 29 divided by 3? Is now 9.78. Guys, now you're down to like a little boardroom. So you've got a little boardroom table with a group of people sitting around a boardroom table, guys. And I can show you how to focus on that boardroom table and visualize making 100 grand. Because you're only 2 steps away. Okay, you've got to take those 9, right? You've got to help them get 6, right? They're going to send you 27 pass-ups. You're going to take the next group, right? You're going to take those 27. You're going to help them get 6. Guess what? You're over 100,000 because that's more than 88. That's more than 88, guys, right? You're way over 100. You're probably at 120,000, right? So what I will tell you guys is this: if you are a person that is in what I call a state of transition, where you're in between careers, you're in between jobs, you're not really on that path to be living your dream, right? That's called a state of transition. You're in that, you're in between zones, right? Or you've reached what's called a breaking point, where you know that you're not making enough money and you're literally you're sinking like this each month on your credit card debt, on your credit card debt, on your credit card debt, right? And the interest just keeps on accumulating, right? At some point in time, you will buckle, just so you know, because you can't keep on going on the credit cards and then into the mortgage and not have anything that's going to feed that with more cash flow. It's not possible, guys. That's the road to bankruptcy. So you have to be able to clone yourself. That's what I teach people how to do, how to clone yourself. You can clone yourself through video. You can clone yourself through Google Hangouts. You can clone yourself through press releases. You can clone yourself through social media. And you can also clone yourself through other people. Now, here's what I learned. This is what my mentor taught me. He said, Darren, J. Paul Getty, who's a famous guy, once said that I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Now, I want you to think about this from an hourly wage standpoint. Doesn't matter if you're on regular hourly or if you're on a salary. Okay, so I've got, say, 100 people, and they're each working 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour, okay, per day. So I've worked 100 hours, and you've worked 8. Okay, so let's take 100, and we're going to divide that by 8. That means for every one of your days, I work 12.5 days. Okay, I work 12.5 days for every one of your days, right? Of course I'm going to make more money. I just work 12.5 days for every one of your days. Now that's at 100, guys. Now what happens when that number exponentially grows to say 1,000, right? No, there's tons of people out there in this industry that have 5,000, 10,000, 20, 100,000 more. Because keep in mind, once you get a person tapped into their dream, they're doing the business with or without you. You can be rest assured of that, right? Rest assured. So I've got people now in my own personal team, and if something happened to me, right? Guys, they're doing their own hangouts. They got their own vision. They got their own path. They're saying, "Oh, too bad, yeah, Darren, we're sending you, because I got some back issues right now, and I'm in this spinal decompression 3 times a week. Darren, we're really sorry that you're not feeling very good. We got a hangout going on, right? So all these other people, they've got their own dream now, right? They're not waiting for me, guys, right? They're not waiting for me. The train's left the station, right? So Gregory Hinton, who works a full-time job, he's got 3 kids and a wife. He's only been working with me, guys, for about 60 days. Guess what his monthly residual income is? $6,000 a month, part-time. Part-time. Now, I will tell you that Greg is a person that's got no excuses. He's got no excuses. He works from 10 till 7. He gets home, he has dinner, and he does a hangout, right? He puts it on social media, and he talks about how he's in 60 days, he's gone from nothing to a $6,000 monthly residual income with this business. Do you want to find out how? Log on to his hangout, right? Now, who wouldn't want to know that? Now, how did he do that? He followed my formula, guys, of breaking inertia. Breaking inertia. So on a compressed period of time, for 7 days, we did 1 hangout a day, right? That was his forward steam. So he had maybe 4 people on the first one, 5 people on the second one, 4 people, then 8 people, then it was packed, 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 right? We had that forward momentum going. Now from that, he kept the momentum going, and now 60 days later, he's making a $6,000 monthly residual income. Conrado Casalo works a full-time job, guys. Full-time. He's doing this part-time, right? He just left his job at 60 days. He left his job. He's gone full-time. Now, that's motivating. Now, when I did it, because I was like, okay, here was my goal. My goal is $10,000 a month in 30 days. So if I'm going to do that amount of inertia, guys, I was prepared to do people. Now, how could you follow somebody if they're trying to show you something and it's like, okay, well, what did you do, right? So what I wanted to do is like, okay, I'm gonna prove to everybody here with no paid marketing at all, no solo ads, no traffic, no banners, nothing. Google Hangouts like this and connecting with people on Facebook, that in 30 days, anybody can get to a 6-figure income in 30 days, right? And I'm going to prove it. So that was my goal. Now, I didn't just do it for me, guys. I call it taking a hit for the team, right? I'm taking a hit for the team. Now, I was willing to do whatever it takes, right? If I had to stay up till midnight every day, I'm in, because I'm going to prove to you that this is possible. Because once one person does it, it's like the 4-minute mile. Once I proved it could be done, other people are now going, well, heck. So Gregory Hinton's at $6,000 in 2 months working part-time, right? Conrado Casalo's already full-time after 60 days. So, guys, what I would encourage you to do is this. Here's what I will guarantee you, is that if you are a person in transition or breaking point, that you want to take your life to the next level, if you are a person that wants to get true millionaire mentoring, training, and coaching, to learn the 5 simple steps for wealth creation on how did I actually make as much as $4 million in a single year? How can I, time after time, guys, roll out company after company after company, and within 30 days be into momentum? How's that possible? And guys, I don't bring in I don't roll people over. I don't do that. I don't do that. I talk about brand new people, just like total strangers that I'm talking on Facebook, right? Because I want to prove a point. I want to eliminate all the excuses. Somebody says, I don't have any money. Well, I started a business with $154. I don't have time. Well, we got people part-time that are making $6,000 a month in 60 days. Darren, I don't have any contacts. Really, I talked to total people I never even knew on Facebook. Now what's your excuse? Because at some point in time, guys, you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to look in the mirror and realize that your blocker is looking at you. That's your blocker. Now, how bad do you want your dream? How bad do you really want to go to the next level of your life? Because I believe that abundance is our birthright, that there's not enough money in the world that can pay you for your worth. And if you're not living your dream, then you're actually doing yourself an injustice and you're wasting away your life. Because your purpose here on earth is much bigger, and you know it deep inside. And most people are actually scared of their power. They know how powerful they are, and it actually scares them. They're scared of the power, and they're scared of failure simultaneously. So they play this tug-of-war with themselves in their head, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You have to just, like Calais said, trust the process. Trust the team. Trust the support system. That's what makes this business model so unique and different, is you have a support system, guys, right? So here's what I will tell you. From now until tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys, you will have the last opportunity that this will ever be like this, because we're on a category creating company here that's going to be $3.99 entry, right, that you can get entry to for $154, right? That's like a $200 and some savings, right? $3.99 down to $154. So I'm talking about an incredible value. I've never seen anything like this that will generate this amount of cash flow for you month after month and have this amount of people be able to, the important part, duplicate. Duplicate, the cloning effect, right? That's what you've got to understand here. This isn't just about you guys. This is why I put all the stuff out there for the team, because it's not about me. It's not about how much money I can make. It's about how many people on the team can have stories. How many more Conrado Casalos can we generate? How many more Philip Rollins can we generate? How many more Calais Beemans can we generate? How many people are going to be the ripple in their community, the ripple in their churches, the ripple in their families to totally transform people's lives, guys? We have that opportunity, and you could be that white knight. You could be that white knight that literally changes people's lives, guys. And I'm telling you, 8 out of every 10 families right now are in financial pain. You could be that person. You could be that person that comes and shines light on their family. So you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. I would encourage you guys, take action. Take action, guys. We have people in 24 to 48 hours already becoming profitable. Matrika Keisha, 19-year-old entrepreneur, never had any success before. Guys, guess what? She went full-time in 30 days. If she can do it, you can do it too. You've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.